Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is M. Rambabu, lecturer in English, JVR Govt College, Sathupally. Today's topic is renewable and non-renewable resources. This topic is meant for semester 4 students of BA, BCom and BSc studying under the jurisdiction of Kakatiya University. Here this topic is connected with the environment, renewable and non-renewable resources. Students, all of you know that how the nature is exploited by the modern man today. He is exploiting all the resources, cutting down the forests for his selfishness in the name of urbanization, and polluting water in the name of industrialization, polluting air, and polluting even the light. Everything is getting polluted. Even food is adulterated today. We are not getting anything fresh. So here, this topic discusses in detail about the importance of protecting our nature. As part of this topic, we are going to learn the story of an inspiring personality, an environmental activist, Jadhav Pang, who is known as the forest man of India. Jadhav Pang was born in 1963 into a tribes family. At the age of 16, he began planting trees on a deserted island. And over the next few decades, the barren island turned into a dense forest. The forest became known as Malai Forest after Jadhav's nickname. Students, this tribesman, at the age of 16, he started loving nature because of one incident that drove him, that made him attracted to the nature. In the year 1979, during monsoon, 16-year-old Jadhav saw a pile of snakes washed up by a sandbar after the floods in the Brahmaputra river. They were scorched to death in the heat that came after the rains. The sight filled him with horror and drove him to take up plantation in the deserted island. At the age of 16, when he was going to school along with his friends, he saw a pile of dead snakes washed up on the sandbar. Here, he understood that it was due to soil erosion that was causing the shrinking of the island, Majuli Island, in the state of Assam. So he at once decided to do something for the nature. He strongly decided to stop the soil erosion there by planting trees. The Brahmaputra River is home to the world's largest river island, Majuli. Students, all of you know the meaning of island. Island is a piece of land that is covered by water on all sides. So here, Majuli is the largest river island of Brahmaputra River. It is its extent is up to 1,000 hectares in area, but is constantly threatened by submersion due to the widespread soil erosion. So due to soil erosion, the island began to shrink because of soil erosion. So to stop this soil erosion, the forestry department of Malaghat district launched a plan in the year 1980 to plant trees in 200 hectares, but the plan was abandoned in the year 1983 due to some reasons. But Jadhav Payeng, the environmental activist, continued his effort for restoring the green cover there, or for stopping soil erosion there. So here, students, if you observe keenly how this man, Jadhav Payeng, put his efforts to stop the soil erosion there, he understood that soil erosion was the main cause for the shrinking up of the river island Mazuli. So he put his strong effort to stop the soil erosion by planting trees. So he took almost 4 decades for turning the barren island into a beautiful dense forest. So this forest was named after Molai, Jadav's nickname. Consequently, the forest became home for elephants, Bengal tigers, rhinoceros, different kinds of deer, beautiful birds, and vultures also. He planted crores of saplings, not only sticking to bamboo, but diverse species. Students, all of you know that forests are naturally home for different kinds of animals and birds. So, as a part of his efforts, it became the barren islands turned into a dense forest, dense and beautiful forest. It attracted wild animals like tigers, elephants, and rhinoceros, vultures, different kinds of birds. So now it looks beautiful in the state of Assam. In the year 2088, a herd of elephants accidentally entered Jadav's forest after running wild through nearby villages, damaging crops and houses. The forest department came looking for the elephants. Then they were amazed to discover the dense forest covering vast area there. Till then, it was a secret. No one knew about the forest created by Jadhav Pang. But in the year 2018, a herd of elephants uh, accidentally entered Jadhav's forest after running wild through nearby villages and crops, damaging crops. The forest department chased the elephants and came looking for the elephants. Then they happened to see that dense forest there and were amazed at the efforts of Jadhav Pang and his dedication towards the nature. So, students, all of you know, when there are animals in the forest, naturally poachers also surface. Poachers means hunters of the animals in the forest. So here, as the forest became home for different kinds of animals, poachers started hunting the animals. So Jadhav Pang reported the matter to the forest department. They immediately responded and came to the rescue of animals. They camped there and they put their efforts for stopping the poaching there. So here, students, so if you think seriously, a single man cannot create a forest on his own. It is a Herculean task, almost impossible for a single man to create such a huge forest there. But he proved it. Jadhav Pang proved it with his strong dedication, sincerity, and his love and affection towards nature. So here, honors and awards, honors and awards came to him. So in the year 2012, the Molai Forest, the locally made documentary was produced and screened at Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. Foresting Life, another documentary was made by an Indian filmmaker, Arti Srivastava. In the year 2012, he was honored with the Forest Man of India. And thereafter, in the year 2014, American filmmaker William McMaster made Forest Man, which was shown at a number of film festivals around the world. Thus, his topic, the topic of his dedication, the topic of his commitment towards nature became subject for different documentaries, films, and books. Not only that, he received many awards, numerous awards. As part of his awards, he received Padma Shri, which is the fourth highest civilian award after Bharat Ratna, the highest civilian award. Padma Vibhushan is the second highest civilian award. Padma Bhushan is the third highest civilian award. And Padma Shri is the fourth highest civilian award. That's given away to the people, to the people of excellence in their respective fields. But here, Jadhav Payeng, who showed his commitment, who showed his dedication, and who showed his excellence in creating the forest, he was bestowed with the Padma Shri in the year 2015. Not only that, some universities also came forward to honor him with honorary doctorates. Honorary students, doctorate. Naturally, whoever studies a particular topic and submits thesis on it is honored with the doctorate. But honorary doctorate means the persons of excellence in their respective fields are also awarded with honorary doctorates by some universities. So on the same lines, Payeng also received honorary doctorate from Assam Agricultural University. Now he is Dr. Jadhav Payeng. Students, if you observe, this person, Jadhav Mulang Payeng, is a man of dedication who leads simple life with a wife and 3 children in a small hut near the forest. He makes his living by selling milk from his cows and buffaloes. He lost number of his cattle for tigers in the forest where they used to graze, but he never resented nor got angry about it. He feels nature has made a food chain. Why can't we stick to it? Food chain. So he thinks that it's part of food chain. So he never resented losing his cows to tigers. He made his simple living by selling milk from his cows in the nearby villages. In the beginning, his village mates didn't support him in the creation of the forest, in the creation of the Molai forest. But after some time, they gradually understood the importance of woods in their life. They came to help him. So his 40-year dedication flourished into a beautiful and dense forest on the deserted island. Now his mission is flourished, his mission is fruitful. So the people gradually understood about the importance of forests in their life. Now the forest became livelihood for them. So they collect forest produce and sell them in the nearby towns for getting money. So dear students, you know the importance of plants and trees in our life. Without trees, we can't live. Without trees, there is no life at all on this earth. So we must protect the greenery. We must plant trees. So Jadhav Payeng also believes that children are the future citizens, and a key to saving the environment. So planting trees should be made part of curriculum. He opines it. Each child should plant at least 2 trees and look after them till they leave the school. So this way, they will generate the oxygen they need and also pass on legacy to newcomers. You know that trees are known as oxygen cylinders. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen into the atmosphere. Oxygen is our life-giving gas. All of you know that. So, friends, you also take care of planting trees and try to nurture them so that we can leave good legacy to the future generations. Students, look at the beautiful dense forest there. So it's very beautiful. This is the result of the dedication of a simple tribesman, Jadhav Payeng, for almost 40 years. See how beautiful the woods are. This is all the forest created by Jadhav Payeng on his own without getting help from anybody, even from the government. Students, by this, you can understand that nature is like mother to us. It gives lot of things to us. Without nature, we are none. There is no life without nature. We are all part and parcel of nature. So it is our primary responsibility to protect our nature. We are not supposed to cut down trees. We are not supposed to exploit the natural resources. So it is our foremost responsibility to protect them. So as part of that, I will show you a beautiful documentary in this connection. View it, please.
This is the town of Jorhat in the remote northeast of India. I suppose Jorhat is not really that different from any other city in India. People here work very hard. They keep their heads down and push ahead. They don't look back. Life here is difficult for some and even more difficult for others. My name is Jitu Kalita, and Jorhat is where I was born and where I live. My house is located just outside of Jorhat. This is my nephew. He's suspicious of cameras. In Jorhat, I do many different things, but mostly I'm a photographer. I love photographing nature. I take shots of the beautiful birds and wildlife that live in our part of India. In my house, I keep some of my photography awards, but I don't like to show them off. A few kilometers north of Jorhat lies one of the largest rivers in India, the Brahmaputra. Millions of people live along its shores. Every year, during the monsoon, the river floods everything in sight, destroying homes and farms and eroding away hundreds of square kilometers of land. One of the worst affected areas is Majuli Island. Majuli is the world's largest river island, and it's home to over 150,000 people. Since 1917, Majuli has lost over half its landmass to erosion, and the rate of erosion has recently accelerated. This is Majuli Island. Since I was a child, Majuli has been a place of wonder for me. Once I ran away from home and came here. I spent days exploring and drawing pictures of the plants and animals. To me, Majuli is heaven. Scientists recently announced that in 15-20 years, Majuli Island could be completely gone. The Brahmaputra is where I take most of my photos. One day in 2009, I was exploring a barren part of the Brahmaputra by boat when I saw something strange. It looked like a forest far in the distance. I began walking towards it, and when I reached it, I couldn't believe my eyes. I had found a dense forest in the middle of a barren wasteland. When I left the forest, I saw a man far in the distance, so I began following him. I found him by the riverside. At first, he thought I was a poacher and tried to attack me. But he stopped when I told him I was just a photographer. I asked him what he was doing in the forest. He explained that he was planting trees and that he had been since the 1970s. He told me his name was Jadav Paing.
যিটো মানে তেওঁ গৈছিল চৰাই মানে ৱাইল্ড লাইফত কৰে তেওঁ ফটো মাৰিব চৰাই চিৰিকটিৰ কাৰণে গৈছিল মই কিন্তু প্ৰথমত তেওঁ বিশ্বাস কৰা নাছিল তেওঁ যে ৰিপৰ্টাৰ সেই বিশ্বাস মাৰিলো কি গড় চৰ মাৰিবলৈ গা ভাগ চাং মাৰিবলৈ কিনে চোৰাং চিকাৰী হিচাপে আহিছে বা
When I discovered the Jadav Paing and his forest, I wrote an article about it in the local newspaper. Soon after, he became known throughout India. We are now very good friends.
মানে প্ৰথম মানে জীৱনলৈ কঢ়িয়াই নিছে বহুত দূৰলৈ মানে এতিয়া য'ত ভাবিব নোৱাৰা হৈছে আৰু নিগনিয়ে মানুহৰ শস্য লোকচান কৰে বুলি পেলাই সি মানুহক সহায় কৰিছে
This is the forest man's home on Majuli Island. Every morning, the forest man's family helps him prepare for his journey to the forest.
এইটো আপোনাৰ এইটো 79ত তাৰ ষ্টাৰ্টিং কৰিছে, তাৰ আগতে সেইটো প্ৰস্তুত কৰে। এইটো যে 550 হেক্টৰ যে আছে বুলি কৈছোঁ, এইটো গছ গছনিয়ে পৰিপূৰ্ণ এইবিলাক। সেইকাৰণে আপুনি কৰিছে? হয়, ময়ে কৰিছোঁ। এতিয়া মানে আগত যদি অলপমান দেৰিতে লৈছিল, এতিয়া ফটাফট কৰিব পৰা ব্যৱস্থাটো আছে। ইয়াত যিটো গুটি সংগটো ইয়াৰ পৰাই ল'ব পাৰি। হেল্ল'। পুৰা আপুনি ক'ত আছে? এই জংঘলত একদম ঘূৰি ফুৰিব লগা হৈছে নহয়। হেৰিয়াল গছ গছনিবোৰ ডাঙৰ হ'বলৈ ধৰি লাহে লাহে ডাঙৰ হ'ল, তেতিয়া ৰক্ষণাবেক্ষণটো অকলে দিব নোৱাৰি, মানুহৰ পৰাই দিব নোৱাৰি। কাৰণ মানুহেতো ডাঙৰ হৈ গ'লে এইটো কাটিব, ব্যৱসায়মুখী হ'ব। ব্যৱসায়মুখী লৈ গছবোৰ মুকলি কৰি দিব, তেতিয়া এই সাপবিলাক নিৰাপত্তা নহ'ব। এতিয়া সেইখন হাবিত অত্যন্ত অৰণ্য হোৱাৰ কাৰণে 115টা হাতী তাতে 3 মাহ দিন থাকে, আৰু সেইদৰে গড় থাকে, হৰিণা থাকে, বাঘ থাকে, বিভিন্ন 40 বছৰৰ মূৰত এই বছৰ শগুন দেখিছোঁ, বিভিন্ন প্ৰজাতিৰ চৰাই। সেইকাৰণে প্ৰাণীকুল জীৱ জন্তুবিলাক বা মানুহ এবিধ প্ৰজাতিয়ে একেহে, জীৱটো একেই, একো প্ৰজাতিহে নাই। মানুহ প্ৰজাতিয়ে বিশেষ একো চেঞ্জ নহয়, অকল কাপোৰ পিন্ধিব জানে, তাৰ বাহিৰেতো একো নাজানে। খালি মানুহ ৰাক্ষসটো নাই, মানুহে ৰাক্ষস, চব মানুহে খায়, সাপো খায়, বেঙো খায়, একো নাবাচে মানে।
The forestman is being honored in a nearby city. Payeng has won dozens of awards for his incredible achievements, but I think he feels frustrated by getting awards. Local government has tried to get Majuli listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but their application has been rejected each time. Payeng has many brilliant ideas about how to save Majuli. He tells everyone his ideas, but so far no one has adopted them.
মানে এটা অৰ্থনৈতিকভাৱে টনকিয়াল হ'ব তাৰ মানে। সেইকাৰণে অৰহৰ প্ৰচেষ্টাত মই ভাবিছোঁ এইষাৰ কথা কৃষি মন্ত্ৰালয়ক বা য'তেই নহওক মই অনুৰোধ কৰিম যে সেইটো প্ৰথম তাত দিয়ক। সেই মানুহখিনি উপকাৰৰ কাৰণেহে লাগে, গৰাখহনীয়া ৰোধ কৰিবৰ কাৰণে। আৰু নাৰিকল গছ এটা কথা আছে, সি হালি নপৰে, সদায় থিয়কে থাকে। নদীয়ে গৰা কাটিলেও যিমান আহিলেও থিয়কে থাকে সি। তেতিয়া প্ৰটেকশ্যনটো যদি ঘনাই ঘনাই ৰোৱা হয় তেতিয়া আৰু প্ৰটেকশ্যন হ'ব, তাৰ পৰা মানুহৰ চাহিদা পূৰণ হ'ব, গোলকীয় উষ্ণতা নিবাৰণ হ'ব। তাত মানে 5 বছৰত সেইটো গুটি লাগি এইটো উদ্যোগ কৰিলে, বাকীবোৰ 7 বছৰ লাগিব, 2 বছৰ বেক হৈ যাব, তেতিয়া আকৌ ইহঁত হোৱালে এইখন আকৌ ফিট কৰিব পৰা হ'ব।
Payeng has already shown the example that if one person can, at his own effort, can do this kind of plantation, then why not the other? I mean, if we can have economic value, if it is economically viable, if it gives benefit to the people, if we can plan it in this way, then we can do it for the entire catchment. In fact, we have proposed this kind of things already, and we have found that it is economically viable. So that way, if this kind of project can be implemented, and gradually one river, another river, whole entire basin, Brahmaputra basin, I hope that through afforestation, we can solve the problem of flood and erosion to a great extent. Sometimes I wonder what 10 pines or 100 or 1,000 pines could do. He once told me, I worry about the fate of the world just like everyone. I see bad things happening on my island and I do what I can to help. I'm just a simple man. There are many just like me. When I asked him if he thought Majuli could be saved, he replied, yes.
যিকেইদিন থাকি মই গছকে ৰুম আৰু এইবোৰ ফিল আপ কৰিব যোৱা ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্টটো যদি ফিল আপ কৰিব পাৰোঁ তাক কোনোবা কাটিবলৈ মোকে কাটিলোঁ এইবোৰ কাটিলে কি লাভ আছে প্ৰতিবাদমুখী হ'লেও মই মানে বুজা দিওঁ গছেতো ঘৰ ভাঙিব নাযায়
Two minutes. Okay, students, thank you very much for watching this inspiring story in form of video also. So let's meet again in the next class with another topic.